Hi there, I'm Aki from Aki Gaming, and welcome to another episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Each episode, we'll be putting two heroes into the spotlight and see who reigns supreme over the other. First, they will be judged by all of their attributes, which includes their stats, weapons, skills, etc. Then, we will put them into a battle simulator and see who's the better one when head-on. Not only that, we will be also giving them their best possible skill build and put them into the ultimate mass battle showdown to see who will be crowned the winner of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours. Let's not wait any longer and introduce our contestants. Standing on the left corner, the Empress and Apostle of Bagnian, the Vessel of Goddess Asherah, the young but dutiful ruler Sanaki. And standing on the right corner, the gifted mage of Ostia, the daughter of Hector, the childhood best friend of Roy, Lilina! And here we go. Empress vs future Marquess, Cymbeline vs Berganon. Who will be crowned the winner? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? Round 1, Stats and Skills. Let's start with their base stats total. Sanaki has a BST of 147 and Lilina's BST is also 147. It's a draw. What about their rating after weapon and skills? Sanaki's total rating is 161 and Lilina is 163. Lilina scores the first point. Next is their hit points. Sanaki has 33 HP and Lilina has 35. Another point to Lilina, 0-2. Let's look at their attack now. Sanaki's attack is 37 plus 14 and Lilina is 37 plus 13. Whoa, look at that base attack. Amazing. Since we will be only comparing their base, it's a draw. What about their speed? Sanaki has a speed of 26 and Lilina has 25. Sanaki finally scores 1-2. Now let's look at their defense. Sanaki has 17 points in defense and Lilina has 19. Lilina scores 1 back. Last, their resistance to magical damage. Sanaki has a resistance of 34 and Lilina has 31. Another point to Sanaki. After comparing their stats, Sanaki is currently trailing by only 1 point. She could easily overtake Lilina if she wins from here on. Next, shall we look at their weapon? Sanaki wields the Cymbeline Tome that has a might of 14. It grants adjacent allies a +4 attack buff after any combat she initiates. After refined, it grants allies within 2 spaces attack +3 during combat. And you would also have a choice of boosting her stats or gaining another ability which grants her a +5 attack resistance during combat if within 2 spaces of a flying ally. As for Lilina, she uses the Berganon. The tome has a might of 13 with no other abilities. However, it also could be refined to gain a stats boost. So, whose weapon is better? It's quite obvious that Sanaki's tome is better in every way. 3-3. We won't be comparing their special and assist since one of them doesn't have it, but we will still briefly introduce it to people who are unfamiliar with them. Sanaki has the assist skill Harsh Command. It converts penalty on target into bonuses, a rather important skill with the rise of Gantra's popularity. And Lilina, she has Growing Flame, a wide AoE special that damages foes near target before initiating combat. Now, to their passives. Let's start with passive A. Sanaki has Triangle Adapt in slot A, a passive that increases weapon advantage by an additional 20% and -20% if disadvantaged. As for Lilina, she has Attack +3 that boosts her attack up by 3. Who has the better A skill? Sanaki, of course. And last, in passive C. Sanaki has Horn Attack that grants adjacent allies a +4 attack at the start of each turn. Whereas Lilina, she has Spur Attack that grants adjacent allies a +4 attack during combat instead. According to the rating in Game 8, Both horn attack and spur attack have the same rating. Hence, it's a draw. And that's the end to round 1. With a score of 4 against 3, the first round goes to Sanaki. The Empress just barely won Lilina in the first matchup. Anyway, let's move on to round 2, head-on fight. For this segment, I'm going to use the FEH damage calculator by Krandu. First, we're just going to let them brawl with their default skills and IV with no buff. Let's have a look at the result. It seems none of them gets to take down their opponent in one round of combat. However, whoever initiates first will get KO'd in the following turn. But since we are only looking at one round of combat, it's a draw. How about we give them their recommended skill build? For Sanaki, Refined Cymbeline, Attack Resistant Bond, Sword Breaker, Resistant Ploy, Glimmer, and a Distant Defense Seal. For Lilina, Refined Kin Rao Wolf, Attack Resistant Bond, Sword Breaker, Resistant Ploy, Glimmer, and a plus attack seal. And the result? Still no one round KO. Mainly due to their similarity in stats distribution. Unless they could make a follow-up attack, the result would always be a draw. With that, I hereby declare round 2 to be a tie. Before we proceed to the final round, let's recap back the result. Sanaki has 1 win, 1 draw compared to Lilina with only a draw. And Lilina would need to win the last round to get leveled on points with the Empress of Bagnian. Who will be crowned the winner? Let's find out in round 3, Mass Battle. For this segment, we will be using the same Mass Battle calculator as round 2 to calculate how effective are they against all the other heroes. Instead of looking at only their kills, we are going to also consider their draws and losses too. And the result will be in the form of a percentage. Here's the formula. First, we'll look at the result with their default build. And Sanaki draws 17, loses 139, and wins 52. What about Lilina? She draws 30, loses 133, and wins 45. Let's change it to percentage. Whoa! A 0.3% difference between the two, with Sanaki being the higher one. What if enemy attack first? Would the result be the same too? This time, Sanaki draws 20, loses 132, and wins 56. On the other hand, Lilina draws 31, loses 126, and wins 51. After conversion, again a difference of 0.3%, but this time the one with the higher score is Lilina. I guess we have to add both faces and average it out. And the default fight ended in a draw. Now, let's move on to their best build. Who will perform better this time? Since both of them has passive that rely on allies, we're gonna set one ally adjacent to them. Let's look at the result. Sanaki draws 8, loses 51, and wins 149. What about Lilina? She draws 13, loses 52, and wins 143. Let's convert it to percentage to have a more accurate reading. And Sanaki got the higher winning rate with 73.6 compared to Lilina with 71.9. What if enemy attacked first? Would the result remain the same? This time Sanaki draws 10, loses 94, and wins 104. On the other hand, Lilina draws 26, loses 76, and wins 106. After conversion, Lilina has the higher winning rate this time with 57.2 compared to Sanaki with 52.4. If we add up both faces and average it out, Lilina wins the skill inheritance fight. Therefore, the winner of round 3 goes to Lilina. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to announce the result of this episode, My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours, ended in a draw. It's been a while we had a tie in this series. I guess Sanaki and Lilina are way similar than I thought they would be. However, do take note that Sanaki is locked at 5 star, whereas Lilina is easily obtainable at 4 stars. In other words, wheeling a Lilina is a much more easier task. So, what's your thought on the result? Who do you think should have been the better waifu? Let's discuss. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to Aki Gaming for more interesting content like this. You could also leave a comment below to suggest who would you like to feature in a future episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in next episode of My Waifu or Husbando is better than yours.